One day, Murdoch the big engine was asleep at navigation. Sometimes he thought, it's nice to have some peace and quiet for once. I always like to hear the sounds of peace around me. Beep, said Albert. Hello, peace and quiet engine. Murdoch woke up, 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 up. Ugh, he said, what do you want, Albert? I want some peace and quiet, and I don't want to be annoyed by some little small engines. Ugh, suit yourself. That Albert's too big for his wheels. Me never have an accident. Ugh. Honestly. Oh, engines that got stuck by sheep when he first arrived, said Murdoch's fireman. No, indeed. High spirits. Looking out to any engine. Like to come off the rails like Albert did. Is it right? Is it decent? Later that day, Albert was arrived to his trucks. Murdoch looked at him. Now, Murdoch. Now, Albert, he said, you're not pulling some trucks now. Mind to keep on your lines today and leave me alone. Huh. Up reverse. He puffed away with a huff to shut his coaches. Murdoch was cross when he looked at Edward. Edward was looking at him. Murdoch, was that right? Right, said Edward. Oh, pa, said Murdoch. Just deal with it, he said. So, and the guard blew his whistle, and Edward set off with his train. But before he could, there was Simmons told Edward to stop. And once Edward was clear to go, he left the station. Murdoch was cross when his driver returned. Wake up, Murdoch, he said. There's a special train. They want to pull it. Coaches or trucks? Trucks, Murdoch. Murdoch liked pulling trucks, but he was cross. Oh, he said, grumbling. A nice journey to eat, but I'm tired. Here, he said. And Albert had heard everything while he was about to shun his coaches and had a plan. He was going to tease Murdoch. Murdoch, he said, if you don't pull the train, I'm telling the fat controller. Murdoch groaned. Fine, I'll take the train. Albert looked firm at Murdoch, but secretly he was laughing. Come on, Murdoch, said his driver. I don't want to go. Murdoch said. He tried to slam on the brakes, but it was no good. Don't be silly, said his driver. Murdoch puffed to the turntable. Up to the turntable. Up on the turntable. Hurry up, said Murdoch. I want to go home, he said. I want to go do this work so I can be rid of it. Murdoch had to be careful on this piece of tracks. Because if big engines like him go too fast, they can get derailed quite easily. Murdoch always knew this and had to be careful. But he was still cross that he had to take a goods train. What are you doing here, Murdoch? Wilbur whistled. I have to take a goods train, he said. I thought you liked pulling goods trains. Doesn't matter now, said Murdoch. Murdoch's fire was soon and making lots of steam. Murdoch didn't stop and he didn't care what he think. He was so cross he had a plan. If I jam the turntable, won't do work, he said. He turned around. Murdoch boomed. All right, time to jam the turntable. Jam the turntable, he said. But Murdoch would soon realize he had made a big mistake. He had made a huge mistake. Then Murdoch started going slowly. What the? He said. Murdoch suddenly realized what his mistake was. Help! Cried Murdoch. What the? Cried Murdoch. Why can't I stop? Help! Help! He cried. Murdoch's driver realized. And with a... Murdoch opened his eyes and found himself in the muddy pond. Luckily, he hit a rock and managed to push back a bit. But his wheels were making getting sunk deeper and deeper. Help! Cried Murdoch. I'm going to sink! I'm going to sink! He cried. It serves you right, Wilbur said. And soon Murdoch was deeper in the sunk as he sunk. Okay, mud. Now you're stuck, you said, Gray Engine. Don't you understand that? When the Fat Controller heard about this, he was very upset. Murdoch, said the Fat Controller. I understand you want peace and quiet, but this is not the way to achieve it. I know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Murdoch was sad. He didn't know what to think. You must stay there until we get help, he said. I wonder what help arrives, Murdoch said sadly. Murdoch been waiting all day. No help arrived sooner or later. Later that night, Murdoch was sunk. The engines will keep him company. You know, said Diesel, I thought Gordon is the only engine that fell into the ditch. But this takes the cake. Soon, there was no cranes to lift Murdoch off the mud, so they had to use Butch, the breakdown vehicle, and Hal, the helicopter, and the traction engine to lift him back. Soon, everyone had a chain and began pulling him back. Murdoch was soon derailed, and the Fat Control decided to give Murdoch a little rest. Yes. Murdoch puffed into the shed sadly. It will take a long time for him to get cleaned up, but he's now a sadder, wiser engine. I think he learned his lesson after that. Don't you?